So it's one budget. It's very clear that this is an election budget. And I think that's unfortunate because that's why people get cynical about politics. Everybody knows that there's not a tax that Mayor Chow doesn't love. And so my concern is, she's raiding the reserves. Is she deferring capital investments that are so desperately needed to keep the city moving? How is she going to pay for this?
It really is a build on promises made 3 budgets ago, that we're going to take a multi-year approach and you're going to see the efficiencies and the improved structure in the budget over time, and that while we need a massive investment, asking people to pay the higher rates was a massive ask of Torontonians, but we told them this is about, in real time, paying the pandemic bill.
Here's the big headline. 2.2%. That is the proposed property tax increase for the City of Toronto for 2026. To put that in context, last year it was 6.9%. The year before that, 9.5%. So significantly lower than it has been. And much of the discussion has been about whether or not this is an election-related budget. In other words, this would be a shield against Olivia Chow being accused of being a tax and spend politician. Keep in mind, Olivia Chow has not yet formally declared that she's actually running for re-election in the fall. So there's been much talk about the budget deficit, which was almost $2 billion when Mayor Chow took over. It apparently now stands at $1 billion. And the budget chief, as you heard there, saying, oh, this was the plan all along to have to, fill the gaps that were there when Mayor Chow came in. Of course, this is, wink, wink, nod, nudge, nudge, blaming John Tory for this. That was who was in charge before, saying that that's what needed to be done. The property taxes had to be raised so high to be able to fill that budgetary hole, and that now this is just part of the plan to have it considerably lower. What are you getting for all of that? You're asking me, Cynthia? I know you're asking me. What do you get? You get 7 day a week at the libraries. That's a new spending promise by the mayor. Expanded free lunch programs for kids. That's another promise and a part of the budget by the mayor. Also a TTC fare freeze for the 3rd year in a row, and coming in the fall, fare capping, pardon me, that after you tap 47 times, your rides are free after that. Cynthia.